So tell the truth. How many of you watching this video actually love math? What? Love math. Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. I love to help people keep more of their hard-earned money. Just to mention to those who do not know, I am a former elementary school teacher in a self-contained classroom, all the subjects. I taught grades 3 and 6, and one of the subjects that came up was math. I have to share something with you. I was never an avid fan of math. I'm not going to lie. In fact, the very first day of school, every single year, the first thing that my students used to see, well, there were always 2 lessons. One was about time and place. After that lesson was over, that was usually lesson number 1. Then we'd get to learn each other's names and so on and so forth. But one of the things that I was very honest about, and I had the kids close their eyes for a second, and I would write on the blackboard, I hate math. So then I'd ask the kids to open their eyes. They're like, huh? They always got a chuckle out of that. And they were like, teachers don't like math? But then I got into it with them and let them know that we have to kind of use it and we'll get through this year together. And just sharing that with the kids alone, for some reason, they were like, I want to help you with the math, dear teacher. So it was just absolutely a wonderful thing. But all goofing aside, there are some points I'd like to really talk about today. Number 1, let's talk about what math and money have to do with each other. A whole lot. I don't think that there's enough talk in grammar schools, for example, elementary schools. I don't think there's enough talk about financials at all, whatsoever. Anybody out there tend to agree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. So I do believe that money talk should really be encouraged at home and at school. And for some reason or another, I'm not getting the feedback of, well, yeah, we talk about money at school kind of thing, because then people wait till 18, 20 years old to figure it all out. Not a good thing, but definitely in tiny increments in the elementary level. But here's the thing, you got to do this. You have to make math fun. You have to turn it into action sometimes. On part 2 of this series, because there's one part which is today and then part 2 tomorrow, I believe in making math fun. Taking a subject that was, well, not my favorite, but there are other aspects about it that are really, really fun. And I turned it around. I'm going to share that with you tomorrow into specifically what my class, my 6th grade class did. We took a negative, turned it into a positive. And as a result of that time, many years ago, there's still something that still continues to this day, thanks to the influence of that idea and that class. I hope you don't miss tomorrow's show at all. But if you can catch it in the future, catch it. I do believe that also the basic principles of business ownership. Now that sounds like a really huge thing, right? Bring back, those principles of business ownership to kids, not just teach them. When I was a kid, all the teachers were encouraging us to do is get good grades so you could graduate and get a good job. Everybody spoke about a good job. But nobody spoke about owning your business, starting a little tiny startup, no encouragement of being an entrepreneur, no side hustle, nothing like that. It was always about get a good education so you can grow up and get a good job. Well, there's nothing wrong with jobs. But my goodness gracious, in my opinion, widen it open to becoming a business owner. If we don't have a lot of business owners, there aren't going to be that many good jobs. I believe people are meant to do both, to work on their own and to work for someone else. merge the two together, and it could be a really, really good thing. This is my opinion. The next thing that I think should be brought back is, ta-da, bring back the option to school bank accounts. When I was a kid, I had a detail show on this on one of my audio shows, and I look back fondly, and our schools collected, it was optional, if your parents wanted to sign you up to the school bank account system, where they would give you, well, back then we had physical bank books. Anybody out there remember bank books? Okay, then you're in my lane. But it was the cutest thing. They'd give us our bank books, and it was hooked up with a real bank. And you would, your parents would give you the money to put in that envelope and the little bank book and send it. They would send it all collectively, your whole class's bank books, back to the bank. Back in the old days, the teller would stamp it. But as time went by, you watched your money grow. Now, why would the teachers and the banks and the parents go through all of this? To do what? To teach us the joy of saving. Okay. So what if it may be done differently today? Maybe it'll be done electronically. But the idea is to encourage. I believe that we need to encourage savings. I really, really do. That way it's not such a big drudge. Get a head start. Get an early start. This is what needs to come back. Now, speaking of coming back, I will really, really appreciate it. Well, okay, I'll give you like a sample of what I'm talking about. Okay, one day I was kind of like bored with math, okay? And especially if you're teaching it sometimes. Hey, I'm just being honest. I believe in practicality because I'm a practical kind of person. So I said, what can I do to encourage a little bit of knowledge of math, a little bit of knowledge about, or the experience of being like an entrepreneur, so to speak. So I decided, well, the light bulb went off in my head. And of course, I had to get permission from the principal. I wanted to start a fundraiser, and I did. I literally started the very first flea market of that school. And all the proceeds went to the church that was connected with the school I was teaching. So it was a whole lot of fun, and I'll get into step by step, what I did with the students. And the students were a very, very active part. Now I'm talking about sixth graders, okay? I had sixth graders so super, super stoked about doing this. Whether you come back tomorrow and you'll hear all of this. And it was actually really a great experience. I don't want to give you the whole details right now. So please come back tomorrow. And by the way, if you found any value in this video, I thank you in advance for what? Slamming down what? The like button. Thank you so much. By the way, everyone, take good care. I really care about you. Come back in the mornings for my instant Coffee with Jan show. That's an audio radio style show. Take good care. See you back on camera tomorrow. Bye-bye.